Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Danielle and today I have a great video for you. So if you guys are like me and you love a good takeout, but you're like, look, I'm tired of one, spending the money, and two, your girl got like some goals and I'm trying to like be on this fitness game, then I feel you, we're on the same boat. My guilty pleasure for takeaway or takeout or whatever you guys call it is like Asian food. Chinese, Thai, Vietnamese, Mongolian, anything. Anything, I love it all. So, that's what I wanted, and I was telling Leo, I said, I'm really hungry for it, I really want it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it at home. So that's what we're doing. We have a really great menu coming up for you. This menu is not going to include any rice dishes. I feel like you can make, you see, everybody has some idea of a cauliflower rice. We're gonna skip right over that. But we're going to do like a Mongolian beef. We're gonna do some sweet chili sticky chicken wings. We're gonna do a cucumber side salad. I think it sounds really good. I'm really excited, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. I would love to know, what is your favorite takeaway? What's your favorite takeout food? Leave me it down below. And if you are like me, if you're gonna wonder what my favorite meal is when we order like takeout, pad seiyu. It's Thai. It's like a Thai rice noodle, and it's my favorite. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys are here for it, all these recipes will be linked down below. They are all low carb and keto friendly. Really, really easy and really good. This will be great for meal prep as well. So stay tuned, my friends. You're in for a treat. All right, friends, first things first. First on our menu is going to be the Mongolian beef. But before we prep it, we actually have to have the beef marinate for about an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what we're gonna use, all the items. And this might, if you don't have these items on hand, some things might be a little bit pricey. I do wanna tell you that we are substituting any type of soy sauce for the Bragg's liquid aminos. This goes for about $5. I like it. I think it's good. I've been using it for quite a few times, and it has liquid aminos in it, which are really good for you. So we're gonna do no soy sauce, all Bragg's liquid aminos. We are not, a lot of recipes do call for cooking in coconut oil. I do not like cooking in coconut oil. I don't like the flavor it gives. So we're just gonna use plain old olive oil. So just giving you guys a heads up on those things. But the first things first is we're actually gonna triple the recipe. I'm gonna leave all recipes linked down below. But first thing we are going to do is I got some boneless chuck steak. You could use a flat iron steak, whatever you can get your hands onto, do that. But we just got some boneless chuck steak, and I got about 3 pounds. So I'm actually just gonna go ahead and cut it into strips. And then we're gonna toss it in the bowl, and then I will show you the marinade. Who's excited? I'm excited. All right, so we are doing this, like I said, this is about 3 pounds of that meat, okay? And what we're going to use, this is a thing of fresh ginger. For this recipe, you do not want to use powdered ginger. You would like fresh ginger. If you can get it in like the tube or whatever, you can do that. I just went and got the fresh ginger root. I'm taking 5 cloves of garlic, and I'm going to chop those, but you are going to want to kind of grind these down. So I'm going to use this little grinder right here, and I need 3 teaspoons of that chopped up garlic, and then we're going to do 3/4 a cup of the liquid aminos, okay? So first things first is I'm going to just start grinding this up, and then I'll chop up my garlic. I'm just going to grind everything up and throw it in this cup here for the ginger. And then I'm going to toss everything in this bowl, mix it around. But so yeah, 3/4 a cup. Remember, I'm tripling the recipe. So 3/4 a cup of the Bragg's liquid aminos, about 5 cloves of garlic, and 3 teaspoons of fresh ginger root, okay? Let's do this. Here we have the 3 teaspoons of grated ginger, ground ginger, root ginger, whatever it's called. I just took some time, but it's all good. And then I just went ahead and crushed up the garlic, and then now I'm going to add in the 3/4 cup of Bragg's, and we're going to mix it. True Danielle fashion, never prepared. To make sure everything is mixed well. All right, so I just have everything all mixed up, and I'm gonna start kind of drizzling it over. And then what I like to do just with any of the marinades is I make sure I kind of stir everything as I go. So this has to soak or like marinate for at least an hour, but if you wanted to do it for longer, you can do that as well. It smells really good. Are you excited, Sophia? Mm-hmm. All right, so it's nice and covered. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw some saran wrap or foil, whatever, and I'm gonna toss it into the refrigerator, and we're gonna let that just marinate for at least 1 hour. So really simple marinade. All right, so while our meat is marinating, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the sides. So when we usually order, I usually like to order their cucumber salad, and it's like a real light, like vinaigrette. It's my favorite. They used to have it at this restaurant over here. If you guys are from like Chicago, at Chi-Town, so good. But it was like a, it came, like it was like an appetizer, but it always came with the meal, and I loved it. The only thing I am gonna say, I am going to omit the sesame seeds. I cannot have sesame seeds. So I'm not gonna put them in, and nobody in my family really likes them anyways. So for this recipe, I am gonna triple it because I'm feeding like my whole family, right? So I am gonna use the English cucumbers. These are my favorite, and they were on sale. So I got 3 of these. So we're gonna cut them off. You can leave the skin on. We're gonna have some scallions or some green onions. We're gonna use those. And then for the dressing, we are going to use some sesame oil. This is just some plain old sesame oil. There you go. Some sesame oil here. We're gonna use some rice vinegar. This stuff is so good. So if you guys have never tried it just in regular salads, it's a winner. Definitely pick this up. And they're relatively cheap. Again, we're gonna come in with the liquid aminos. And we're gonna top it with some crushed red pepper and just some sea salt. So that's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut these up into like circles, and then again, so they're like in little pieces. So yeah. All right, so I cut up about 2 of those cucumbers, and it left me with a good amount. So I'm just gonna use 2. So we're only gonna double the recipe. I'm gonna use 4 teaspoons of soy sauce. We're gonna use 4 teaspoons of sesame oil, 2 teaspoons of rice vinegar. Again, I will have this recipe linked. A couple dashes of red pepper flakes, and if you wanted to, you could add sesame seeds as well. And then I will just kind of garnish it with a little green onion. So we're gonna go ahead. I do all my mixes in a bowl first, and then I cover everything just to make sure that everything is well distributed. Here is that dressing. Just gonna mix it up really well. All right, so I'm just again mixing it. If you have to make more, I kind of just do a judgment call. If I feel like it's not covering it very well. But this is gonna have to sit in the fridge. Okay. I don't feel like that's enough. I think I'm gonna make another batch because I feel like it needs to be covered a little bit more. But it looks so nice already where you can see the red pepper flakes on there and stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna make another batch, just maybe in general, just make a little bit extra if you like. I really like for my dressings to really cover everything. But it has a nice like smoky smell to it too. So, all right, yeah, I'm definitely gonna make another batch just to coat it one more time. And then I'm gonna toss this in our fridge and let it sit in there. And we will start on our next part of our cooking. But this, my friends, is the cucumber salad. Next up on our list are the like sweet chili chicken wings. They're like sticky sweet chili chicken wings. We're going to do, we have just about 2 pounds of chicken wings. I did rinse them and I patted them dry. It is very important because we are going to cook them in, or we're gonna bake them in the oven. You definitely want to make sure you pat them dry, okay? So we have, like I said, about 2 pounds of chicken wings. We have our oven preheating at 425 degrees. So we're going to make a little seasoning, and I'm going to put you on to how you're going to make your chicken wings crispy in the oven. Baking powder, not soda. Again, one more time, baking powder. You need to use that. So we're gonna go ahead and add some baking powder. We're gonna add about 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder. We're going to use some salt. Again, I'm gonna have this recipe. We're gonna do about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We're gonna do about 1/2 teaspoon of crushed black pepper, which is somewhere, oh, it's right here. Crushed black pepper. Throw that in there. We're gonna do smoked paprika. Smoked paprika is a game changer. Definitely pick it up. I get mine at Costco. It's worth it. You could also find it at Home Goods and stuff like that. We're gonna do some onion powder and garlic, a half a teaspoon of both of those. So again, I'm going to make my mixture in a little bowl, and then I'm going to toss them into a big bowl and just mix them up and make sure everything's coated. But make sure you rinse and dry completely the chicken, and don't forget baking powder, not soda. So let's go ahead and get our mixture together. Okay, so here are the chicken wings in a big old glass bowl, and here is our seasoning mix. And I'm just gonna start by just giving them a nice little coat, making sure, and then I'm going to toss them the same way I do everything. Toss them around and make sure everything is really nice and coated. Again, our oven is preheating at 425 degrees. You're going to put it on a baking sheet and make sure you line that baking sheet with some parchment paper. But first things first, let's get these things nice and coated and ready to go into the oven. Here are the chicken wings. Don't they look beautiful? I think they look really good. They have a nice coating on them with that baking powder. Make sure to get, you know, nice and crispy. So the oven is ready. So they're going to go in for about a half an hour. And once they come out, we will make the sauce to go with it. But I just want to give you guys kind of a look. I did put parchment paper down. They're ready to go in, and I am getting excited. While our chicken is cooking, I'm gonna make the sauce, okay? Sauce is gonna be a little bit different, but we're gonna go through it. We're gonna use some water. Again, everything will be linked down below. Okay, we're gonna use some water. Again, we're gonna come in with that rice vinegar. I'm just about out of that. And we're going to do some garlic cloves. We're gonna go ahead and add in that liquid amino again. We're going to use a little bit of xanthan gum to give it that like sticky texture. We're going to use a little bit of Swerve brown sugar, and we're going to use some more of our ground ginger, which we still have right here. And we're going to use some sesame oil, which is right here. And then we're going to add this. This stuff is so good. If you guys ever try to make ramen at home, this is a really good thing to add. It has like a nice little kick to it. But this is some chili garlic sauce. It's very, 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 very good. So we're gonna put all that in here, get it all situated, and let it sit while the chicken is cooking. So really excited. You can use a different brand, but it should be a sugar replacement, okay, to keep everything like low carb, keto friendly, okay? And here is that sticky sauce. You can see I threw that xanthan gum in there. You're gonna have to whisk it pretty good. So let me try to hold this here. And I'm just gonna make sure everything is nice and mixed together. All right, the chicken wings are almost done. So I took our sauce, I had it sitting out. We're gonna actually throw it on the stovetop, and we're gonna let it simmer up and get nice and warm and bubbly. Let everything marry together and let it get real nice and sticky, okay? And then once the chicken wings come out, we are going to toss them together and let them get married. But yeah, you wanna let it like slowly simmer. You don't want it to burn, but you're gonna want it to thicken up. This is gonna really activate that xanthan gum as well, okay? So perfect, perfect, smells good. I even tried a little bit and it's delicious. You guys are in for a treat. So I want to show you guys this chicken. I don't know if you could hear it. It's nice and crunchy, perfect, looks really good. Our sauce is pretty much heated. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking each chicken wing and I'm just going to transfer them right here to this bowl, and we're going to mix up the sauce. Sauce nice and heated, and I'm just going to start kind of dropping it on there, little by little, just same way I've been. And I'm just gonna kind of flip. Get everything nice and coated. Ooh, and it's really just perfect. I did let my wings sit and kind of cool for a minute before I put the sauce on, just so the juices kind of got together and stuff like that. And then you just top with a little bit of green onion. And here is where you would also add in your sesame seeds. So there are the chicken wings. So here is that beef that we have been marinating now for about an hour and a half. So it is ready, it looks good, and we are gonna use a wok to cook ours. If you have a cast iron, you can use that. What I have in there is a good amount of extra virgin olive oil. They recommended coconut oil, but I don't like the way my food tastes cooking with coconut oil. But here's the thing, you're gonna want this oil to get really hot to where it starts to smoke a little bit, so we can start adding the meat. Don't overcrowd your pot, because we want the meat to get kind of crispy. And if you got to do a couple batches, do a couple batches. And yeah, so and then towards the end, when you start noticing your meat is cooked, we're gonna throw in some green onion. But I'll meet you there. We're gonna go through it. But you want this oil to get hot. Let it get a little smoky. Let it get hot in here. All right, you can see it's starting to get a little hot. When everything starts to pool, I just give my pan a little whoosh. And then I'm going to add probably only half of this bowl, because again, I don't want to overcrowd it, okay? And here it goes. This is going to cook really quickly, so don't you worry, because it is a thin cut of meat, remember, and we marinated it, so it's going to cook down probably about 5 minutes or so. You'll start to notice it's going to start to brown. And like I said, I only did half. Here's the other half of mine. But if you only do the 1 pound, then you would probably be okay with just doing in one batch. But yeah, so I'm going to let this cook down. When I notice that the meat's starting to get a little crispy and all good, I'm going to toss in some green onion. Added in those green onions, and we're just going to keep flipping, get this cooked down, okay? Looking real nice. I'm going to probably turn this up to high so it really gets to simmering. It's coming along nicely. All right, my friends, here is that Mongolian beef. This is delicious. This meat is super, super tender. It's really, really good. This is gonna be like a staple. So here is that, looking so good. This is only the first batch. We still have the other batch going, and you can see it's nice and hot. And then let's not forget, here is that cucumber salad. You could see it turned a little bit, it absorbed some of the dressing, so it's really good. I let it sit for about an hour. You could always add more red pepper flakes if you want a little bit more heat to that, but it's so good, very, very light. This will be great again for meal prep. So hopefully you guys liked these meals. You know, great option for maybe if you're just, you know, really in the mood for some good takeout, but you don't want to spend it, or if you want to try your hand at it, you know, if you're worried about staying on your journey. Hopefully these recipes will help you guys out. I will leave everything linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. It's time to eat.